time for the ride home in ENC.
Yes! Yes! Yes!
This is your 5 o'clock drive with Patrick Johnson.
Holy mackerel!
More news, more interviews, more ECU stories than you can shake a stick at. Hey, stop shaking that stick. This is the Patrick Johnson Show.
Pirates win! Pirates win!
On 94.3 The Game.
All right, thanks for being with us here tonight as we're on this Friday thing. For us, possibly. Maybe no show later in the week. Pilk, what do you think?
No,
In a way, we're hoping that,
Friday.
right?
No, we want to have a show Friday. That means they lost.
Oh, we want to have a show Friday because that means they would have lost. Okay, that's it. I hope we do as well. I hope we are here Friday. We've already got guests lined up. And we have a good show for you lined up today. Jack Schaffer, who is the brand new, well, not brand new, but he is about to embark on a brand new season for the Yard Gnomes here in Greenville. New ownership. Our old buddy John McCormick, who worked here at the station for a little bit, I believe. John's a great guy, really is. And John is a smart guy. And John was named the GM, and that's probably the best thing that ownership group did, because he has done a lot to engage the city in the Yard Gnomes. I think you're going to have a little different feel about that team this year. So anyway, Jack Schaffer is their coach. He'll be with us coming up next segment. We're also going to talk with Spencer Pattison today. He is the announcer for the Bird Dogs, and the Bird Dogs won their game on, today. They played the Education Day, which has the kids shrieking. Anyway, they won 7-0. So we'll get a recap of that coming up later on in the show. We will not have a show tomorrow at all because of Pirate baseball. And that is a good thing because ECU won last night. So, Pilk, couple things. We'll hear some audio here. We've heard this before, or we saw this just the other night, in fact. And that is ECU came out focused, locked in, ready to go, swinging the bats. Now, what we didn't see last Thursday when this happened against USF was Ethan Norby on the mound, as he was outstanding, striking out the first 6. I guess a little bit of tightness, according to Cliff Godwin. We'll hear those comments coming up. I made it to 7-0, Pilk. I had a feeling that USF would come back, but 9-4 the win yesterday. I also got a lot of text messages during the course of the game. And, of course, as you know, I made it a good ways, into it. Because I thought this thing was going to start at 9 o'clock, and then I saw where you posted start time prior to 8. And I thought, giddy up. Here we go. That's within my – I can watch a few minutes of this. And they were playing so well, I didn't want to go to bed. But I had to because I had to get up early. And 7-0, end up winning at 9-4. Pretty good stuff. As late as that game was, let me tell you how excited I would have been, is if the Pirates were in a 9 a.m. game like California was this morning in Durham against Wake Forest. So you know what time it was in Berkeley?
For the second straight day, it was 6 a.m. in Berkeley. They played yesterday at 9 a.m. as well.
I missed it. I missed it yesterday. This is the way God intended it, wasn't it?
Clearly, because they're a hell of a lot better when they play at 6 a.m. than when they play at normal times. They finished 16th in the league, and they've gone out there and run-ruled Miami. They put up a lot of runs today against Wake. Already had Wake's third pitcher out there in the 4th inning. And it's not like Wake played yesterday. Wake had a bye. It's not like their team was all shit.
Right. Hey, what happened with where did Stanford finish this year in the?
Let me look at the bracket real quick.
I thought that was. But I mean, what are they taking all? How many teams they have in that league for baseball? 18.
So there's 18 teams, but Syracuse and SMU do not have baseball. So all 16 get in. However, in basketball, they only let 15 in, which is stupid. They should at least get it to 16. Just play an extra game.
Well, they should let everybody in. Let everybody in the tournament. What's the big deal?
Put everybody in how Everett Case intended. Everybody
why
makes
not?
the tournament. So Stanford finished 13th.
Okay.
Yeah.
I would like to see the American in baseball expand it by a day. I don't know how you would do this with the bracket, but let everybody in. Why not?
You just played single elimination, like you've got some sense about you.
That's true.
And then in 10's no problem.
Because you could always do 8, 9, 7, 10,
Yeah.
and feed it down like they do. Boy, those coaches would not go for that, would they? They would not go for that.
I don't think they like the double elimination. I mean, you can play 6 games in 6
That's
days
true.
if things don't go your way. But then to kind of, I guess, do go your way because you're playing 6 games.
Right. Yeah.
We've done it. We've done it.
Yeah. That just seems tiring. But I doubt they would change. Anyway, it was great to see John Collins hit a home run. That was fantastic. That was when Collins hit his home run. Did that make it 5-0?
Yes.
When he homered, I thought, okay, this is good. I had a conversation with John, a brief one, Saturday morning in the lobby of the hotel we stayed in Tampa. We were just talking a little bit. We were waiting to get coffee, and we were just talking a little bit about, kind of what his plans are. He's from New York, of course. Really unassuming guy. And for a big, hulking guy, he has a baby face. Hell of a nice guy, though. Talked about his time at BC a little bit. He was a D3 guy. I didn't know he was a D3 guy before he went to BC. And so we talked about that. I have that. My dad coached and was the AD at a D3 school. My sister played at a D3 school. So I certainly understand the plight of Division III athletics. So we kind of commiserated over that a little bit. But it was nice to see him hit a home run. He really cranked it, got a piece of it, and drove it out of that ballpark. So I didn't see the part where they came back. This is the word around the campfire down in Florida this past week was that this could be the last year of the tournament being at the Baycare ballpark. That's been murmured around actually for a couple weeks, but it was a little stronger this week. Now, I don't know if the coaches are going to go for that either, because the coaches like it because it's at the Phillies facility, so you can go around and get on the field before your game starts and stretch and that kind of thing. And there's facilities to do, BP, so they kind of keep it running on schedule as best they can. If you really think about it, Pilk, outside of just like wild games or crazy weather, that's a tournament they could kind of keep going in a, keep the trains running on time, as they say.
Yeah. ACC folks wish they could keep their trains running. That 4-hour game this morning. But no, not with the Americans.
And you're going to have long games, but it allows you to jump back out there. But, apparently the commissioner does not like the idea of it being in that facility kind of with no fans. But, I mean, unless you do it at a home venue and the home team plays, are you going to have any fans? No.
If you do it in Greenville, there'll be some people show up for the non-ECU games. We get decent
Not a
crowds for
lot.
non-ECU. I mean, more than you would that if you were at a neutral site.
I guess.
Well, like you said, it's nowhere are you going to go and there's going to be a lot of fans anywhere.
Right.
Neutral. And then if you do it at most teams' home facilities, it's only going to be for their team. There are a few ECU fans that will hang around at the ballpark for a good amount of the day and add to.
Well, if they're off work
showing up.
and they can tailgate and have a beer, but that just seems like a. And
none of these these conferences have a lot of people with their games.
Well, that is the point. A couple cuts from the post game. Braden Burris talking about the fun of postseason baseball. All he does in the postseason, Pilk, is win games. That's what he did at Green Central. Says baseball in the postseason is fun.
I mean, it's the postseason. It's fun baseball, but at the same time, we're 0-0 just like everybody else. It's a brand new season, so I mean, just staying locked in and understand, and what we have to do to be successful, and just going out there and doing it.
All right, and you talked about setting the tone early and how that was important.
You guys see me get on, and it's just a tone setter. I'm just trusting my game, and then the other guys behind me. Like I said, I mean, I know they're going to do their job, so my job is to get on and just swing at the first pitch, and it's always been one of my favorite things to do. But setting the tone early is very important.
Pilk, I didn't see it, so I'll let you set up cut 3 in the context for that from Braden.
Yeah, this is the play on Drew Downs where they threw the guy out at third, and Downs kind of bobbled the ball in the outfield, and he got it into Braden, and Braden relayed it over to Colby Wallace at third. So here's Braden on that play.
I mean, it was a tough play for him out there and right. Kind of bobbled at the start, but he put a throw right on the money, and it was it was a very easy relay, and just putting on the money, letting Seawell do the rest of the work.
Opening thoughts from Cliff Godwin.
Just happy our guys came out ready to play. When we do that, we actually look like a good team, like we did last Thursday. The guys were really locked in. It's a new season. It has not been the season that we've wanted for sure. We've had a lot of adversity handed to us, and if we use that experience in the right way, then we're a lot tougher. And Braden definitely set the tone. But I thought the first inning was really, really crucial. Braden gets a single. Actually, Jack lines out. Dixon walks. Big John gets a single. Riley hits a double. We scored 3 runs in the first inning, and Norby was unbelievable early. He actually tightened up a little bit. That's why we had to get him out of the game, or we'd have let him keep going.
How about Big John on the suicide squeeze, Pilk? Got a good running or good walking lead.
He did.
And Colby Wallace laid it down beautifully. Who knew Big John could move like that? Braden Burris, Cliff Godwin talked about what the freshman meant to his team.
In a day and age where everybody gets paid, and that guy I got 1 cent of scholarship, and he's from Snow Hill, North Carolina. I just told him it's the first time ever, probably last time ever, there'll be 2 guys from Snow Hill. At a press conference. He's actually the first player from Snow Hill since I played at East Carolina. I played with his dad in high school. Super special, tough kid, competitive. He's played outfield pretty much all year, but he was a high school shortstop. And if we didn't have that guy, our record would be a lot worse than it is right now.
All right. And Coach Godwin talked about the Pirates in all 3 phases.
We played really good in all 3 phases. We pitched well. We played great defense, made some web jams, put together tough at-bats, drove guys in when they were at third base, less than 2 outs, got some clutch hits. Big John gets down 2 strikes, trying to bunt, hits a jack. Just a well-played game in all phases. And when you do that, normally the winning takes care of itself.
All right. And Coach Godwin talking about one of my favorite topics, the message board weenies.
To those people on the message boards that got all the answers, tell them, let me worry about them being on the beach or not being on the beach, and they can just worry about pulling for our guys and being positive. And I'm not telling you what we're doing to our pitching. You'll know on Thursday when we show up. I love you, Nico, but we'll keep that to myself.
That's fair, Coach. I get it, man. I had to ask.
Hey, it's all right. Tell those people on the message boards to hey, go work out or something.
I didn't realize he was responding to an IGO question. Okay. Well, what can you say?
Oh, it was funny. Igo was laughing about it. He was here last night during it. It was. We all thought it was hilarious.
Well, look, the people on the message board, it's mind over matter. I have never really minded in recent years because they really don't matter. And, I'm not down at Steven. It's how he makes a living. No problem. But I mean, you just talk about a clueless bunch of marks. That's the general population in that. So I if I'm Cliff Godwin, I wouldn't let it bother me. I guess he was just ribbing Igo, but geez Louise, why even entertain that trash?
Yeah. Well, the question originally was, who you starting on whatever day it is, Thursday, and will the boys have time on the beach? I say if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
And what's the big deal with that? You're on a business trip.
Well, I'm with you. I've never thought they should. I've always said this is a business trip. I've always bagged on all the dumb hoopla they have to do for the Super Bowl, and I've never thought the guys should have time on the beach. And Coach
the Super Bowl's a cultural event. This is a college
for the rest
baseball
of us,
tournament.
but that's a business trip for the players.
Right, it's a business trip for the players, but they have obligations because it's a cultural event.
Well,
not saying that this is not an
halftime show
important
is
event.
not part of that obligation.
It's a cultural event, Pilk. But I mean, who cares whether they're going to the beach or the pool or not? I mean, it's
Hey, man, if
things
they're
that
winning,
people-
you know what? I care because they weren't allowed on it this past day. On Monday, they weren't allowed, and they won. So you know what I say? If it ain't broke, don't fix it. Don't let them on the beach,
Yeah, I
baby.
mean, that's fine.
No
But,
distractions.
I mean, why
No looking at
worry
cute
about
girls.
that? Your Carolina Hurricanes, Pilk, got beat yesterday. I didn't have a good feeling as we got further in the day, and I started to kind of look in the game to get ready for LeBlanc, and it did not feel good yesterday.
They look flat.
Even though the Canes were favored. This is Rod Brindamore. Who do I need to save one of these? Will you use one of these in your update?
I never got them.
Oh, you didn't?
No,
You should check your email.
I did.
Oh, you
I
never
just
got
looked at
'em?
my email. Yeah, it's not there.
Interesting. Well, best laid plans of mice and men. Thankfully, there's no show tomorrow, so I can stew about this for 48 hours
it
at
went
least.
to my other email. That's the problem.
Oh,
I didn't forward it. I didn't check that other email. I apologize.
well, let's go and hit a break, and if we have time, we'll come back and get some
we'll
Canes
do it in the last
audio
cut.
in.
Or do
For
it last
your Carolina Hurricanes, because I'm so far off that bandwagon, it ain't even funny. All right, stay tuned. When we come back, we'll talk to the second-year head coach of the Yard Gnomes, and they are going to be opening their season coming up on Friday. We'll give you the details and some local ties to the team this year after this timeout.
The team of Flatlands Jessup is working overtime to help ensure that Eastern North Carolinians like you get the health insurance help you need this open enrollment period. New legislation passed meaning more people than ever qualify for affordable coverage. Let us help you today.
Are you ready to tackle those yard and garden projects? Come by East Carolina Tractor and Fleet, your local Coyote dealer, and check out their great selection of residential and commercial Coyote tractors. From zero-turn mowers to compact tractors to skid steer loaders, they've got you covered. Some with 0% financing for qualified buyers. Stop by your hometown Coyote dealer, East Carolina Tractor and Fleet, across from the Pitt County Fairgrounds, or online at ectfleet.com. East Carolina Tractor and Fleet. We dig dirt.
The best burgers around. Everyone loves a thick, juicy, and fresh burger. Tiebreakers in Greenville, plus the all-new Tiebreakers in Winterville. Do real burgers better than anybody. So don't just go to any burger-themed restaurant chain. It's time to break the chain and eat local. Tiebreakers, real burgers at its best.
Everybody loves burgers.
Big tax credits are back. Get a 30% tax credit, up to $2,000 off your new Mitsubishi electric heat pump install. Let Comfort Master help you take advantage of the tax credits with a qualifying Mitsubishi electric ducted heat pump or non-ducted Mitsubishi electric mini splits. Mitsubishi electric mini splits are ideal for bonus rooms, garages, or sunrooms. If you need a new HVAC unit, call Comfort Master today.
Call Comfort Master. Call Comfort Master.
You know what the problem is with standard belts? Usually you have to choose between too tight or the opposite, too loose. But with Anson Belt and Buckle, you don't have to choose. We got rid of the holes and instead have a track system designed for micro-adjustability. That way you can enjoy a perfect fit every time. Anson Belt and Buckle. Find your perfect fit today.
Healthwise Pharmacy rounds the bases with all of your infusion, retail, compounding, and medical equipment needs. Locally owned and operated by pharmacist Marcy Parker, Healthwise has grown to be your most trusted provider for infusion services. Currently providing in-home or on-site infusions in North Carolina, South Carolina, and Virginia. Visit Healthwise Pharmacy at 615B South Memorial Drive or call 252-295-0059 to speak to a patient service representative to find the option that best suits your needs.
Tired of the 1-800 numbers advertising Medicare products? Flatlands Jessup has 6 offices all throughout Eastern North Carolina. You get face-to-face help from our local award-winning licensed team. Stop by today. Flatlands Jessup, your whole world covered.
Listen up. He's talking now.
Sorry, thought we were vibing.
The Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
We're counting down to another season of Yard Gnomes baseball as they'll be playing at Guy Smith Stadium, and they'll have their first game before the home folks on Friday. Jack Schaffer is back as the manager of the club again this year. He joins us here on the Patrick Johnson Show. Coach, great to have you on, and glad to have you back in Greenville for another season.
Yeah, thanks for having me on, Patrick. Very glad to be back in Greenville. Looking forward to another great summer.
Well, guys are getting into town. The roster is still, I don't want to say it's in flux, but with guys maybe out there playing in their tournaments and conference tournaments, and then the regionals, you'll have some moving around and waiting to do. And then, the thing I think is really exciting, and you can see a difference, at least I can. Our old friend John McCormick is the GM now, and John has done a fantastic job of getting the team engaged with the community and the community engaged with the team. And new ownership as well. And I just think all of that has really worked out pretty well. And I know you're excited for the baseball part of the season for sure.
Yeah, absolutely. Definitely a different kind of feeling in the air, I would say. Just kind of being back up here for a couple days, guys coming in, obviously very excited for the baseball side of it, but I would agree, definitely a different feeling within the community, and we're looking forward to kind of continue that on into the summer.
You've got some assistant coaches. Before we get into maybe some guys and some players of interest, tell me a little bit about your assistant coaches for the year.
Yeah, so Jorge Ramirez was on my staff last summer. I'm really glad to have him back. He coaches out in Arkansas at a JUCO out there, Arkansas Rich Mountain. He'll be our bench coach and really good guy to have on staff. Ty Carter is returning as well this summer as our pitching coach. He coaches at Johnson University in Tennessee, NAIA program, who made a regional this year. Very excited to have both those guys back this summer. And then added Kyler Harris. Been around a little bit, working at Next Level Training right now in Greenville, and he's going to be a big addition to our staff as well.
Yeah, that's a great thing to have him involved with you. Your team with Wallace Dothan Community College got off to a little bit of a slow start this year, but you guys ended up making a regional.
We did, yeah. Last year had a very successful year, very old group. This year, kind of the flip side, very young group. Went through some struggles early on, but they got going at the right time, and we finished strong, won the conference tournament. Just fell a little bit short in the regional, make it to the World Series.
Jack Schaffer with us, manager for the Yard Gnomes. They will begin play coming up this Friday, and they will have their first game of the year. They'll also have a game on Sunday. It will be the Greensboro Ducks at Guy Smith, 6:30 on Friday. There will be a away trip, and then coming back to take on the Tri-City Chili Peppers on Sunday. And then also a return engagement on Memorial Day with the Greensboro Ducks. 5 o'clock for the Sunday game. And let me make sure I got all for the Sunday game, and then 6:30 for the Monday game, and then you're head on into the season. So it's baseball every day or every other day at that point. Jack, what obviously playing in a league that is one of the tougher leagues for woodbat baseball and collegiate woodbat baseball in the summer. What did you learn about the league in year one, and what do you anticipate? And I know the rosters are still being finalized and all that, but just from the caliber of player, what can you expect, and what can fans expect for year two around the league?
Sure. Yeah, I mean, definitely a learning experience last year. We had a very young group with some good talent on it, and guys that got better and developed. But we were definitely the youngest group last summer, especially in our side of the league with Wilson and Wilmington and Morehead City. Then you had Peninsula, so programs that have been established for a long time and typically get some older guys in. So a point of emphasis this year was to get a little bit older in certain positions, but also still keeping a good group of young guys to hopefully return moving forward down the road.
All right. What can you tell us about players of interest that are going to be on the Yard Gnomes this year? I'm going to let you unveil all of the, we've heard the murmurs, but I want to let you, Jack, give the official word on this.
Sure. No, absolutely. Definitely glad to have four East Carolina boys in the fold this summer. Once they finish up, hopefully they make a little bit of a run here, and it won't be for a couple weeks. But whenever they do arrive with the Yard Gnomes, very excited to have them. We'll have Michael Kalinich behind the plate this summer. We'll also have David Lillis roaming around the outfield for us, and then for the pitching side of things, we'll have J.D. Little and Lance Williams. So definitely glad to have all four of those guys with us. Some other local guys we'll have Mitch Jones coming from Pitt Community College. We have two Kinston boys and Luke Cannon and John Howard. Luke coming from Chipola Community College down there in Florida. And then John coming over from Mount Olive in North Carolina. And then in terms of local guys as well, we have Ty Williams helping us out from Lenore Community College, and then we'll have Alex Farrell coming from UNC and Riker Butcher helping us out the first couple weeks here from DH Connolly going to Winthrop next year. So very excited to have those guys in the fold as well.
No, that's awesome, and exciting to have some local guys. Saw Lance obviously start at South Florida last Thursday, and he was really, really good. And Kalinich is gregarious. He gets involved, so I think that's a cool thing to have him back there. And, I think with Kalinich too, this will be a chance for him to log some innings behind the plate, which is something that frankly he'll need to do. I think that's an area Cliff Godwin would love to see him pick it up, and that is what he presents behind the plate. We know that he can get on a streak and hit, but it's just a matter of getting him those innings behind the plate, I suppose.
No doubt, and that's definitely something that they want him to get, and we're going to get him behind there as often as we can, and really looking forward to helping him grow in his development so that when he goes back in the fall in ECU, he's ready to go.
That's awesome. Looking forward to the season for the Yard Gnomes, Greenville Yard Gnomes baseball. It will begin Friday at 6:30 at Guy Smith. Greensboro Ducks are coming in. Looks like the weather's going to be pretty good for that and pretty good for the weekend. They will also have home games Sunday at 5 against Tri-City, the Chili Peppers, and the Greensboro Ducks again on Memorial Day at 6:30. So that's the run here for this opening weekend for the Yard Gnomes. Jack, if you had to give the listeners out there, kind of the pitch to come out and support the team this summer, I could say wholeheartedly, again, I think this is dynamite new ownership. I think this is a great thing in having John McCormick involved because he gets the region and gets Eastern North Carolina and understands the importance of baseball. But, you're the guy, coach of the team. What would you say to the fans out there as far as coming out and supporting the team this year?
Yeah, no doubt. I think you kind of hit the nail on the head there. John's done a great job, and I don't know how much he shared with you during previous interviews or anything like that, but we have some pretty big things planned out at the ballpark, and especially on the fan experience side of things. And from the playing side of things, the guys are going to play hard, and they're all looking forward to getting the season underway and taking care of business on the field, man. So you want to see some good baseball, enjoy a good fan experience, come on out to Guy Smith.
Jack, any it's kind of I know they've put a lot of work in, and they're continuing to put a lot of work in on the park out there, but kind of a throwback there at Guy Smith, isn't it?
Yeah, no, it's definitely an older ballpark, very historic. Not one you really see in summer ball, man. So it's an interesting feel. But again, I think it's a great opportunity for guys to come out and for fans to kind of experience what it was like back in the day when the stadium was constructed.
Yeah, kind of cool. Hey, Jack, we'll get you on again at some point during the summer. Thank you so much for the time, and best of luck as you open the season. Looking forward to keeping up with your guys' progress this year.
Absolutely, man. Looking forward to it, Patrick. Thank you.
All right. Great to have Jack Schaffer, manager of the Greenville Yard Gnomes, on with us. Pretty good stuff, Pilk. We're going to talk some more baseball in our next segment. Spencer Pattison is the voice of the Bird Dogs, and they got a win today, 7-0 over the Mississippi Mud Monsters. How about that? So that'll be that. And I understand our buddy ex-Pirate going to get the start tomorrow night? We'll talk about that with Spencer coming up. All right, right now, here is Philip the Ref Pilkington. He has a 94.3 The Game sports update and Pirate report for you. Danny Beal is what I meant to say there, yes. Here is Pilk with a 94.3 The Game sports flash update and Pirate report. Take it away, Philip.
Thank you, P-Man. Of course, starting with the Pirates, they were victorious last night over South Florida. They'll take on Charlotte tomorrow, 45 minutes after Game 1, which will begin at 1 o'clock. And be heard right here on 94.3 The Game, the IBX Media app, and 94.3thegame.com. Looking elsewhere, the American Elimination Games going on today. FAU knocked off Rice, so FAU has advanced to Friday's contest, where they will take on the loser of the first game tomorrow, which is played between UTSA and Tulane. And then going on right now, Wichita State is up 1-0 in the top of the third on South Florida. Loser of that is eliminated. Winner of that will get the loser of the ECU and Charlotte game being played tomorrow. Looking over to the NHL, it was a rough night for the Canes in the first game of the Eastern Conference Finals. Fell to Florida 5-2, and Rob Brindamore said the difference was letting up the power play goals.
They got the 2 power play goals. I think that's really the difference in the game. I think, you got to kill those. You got to give them credit. I mean, they get a chance. It's in the net.
Western Conference Finals begin tonight in Dallas at 8 o'clock as the Stars host the Oilers in a rematch of last year's Western Conference Finals. Over to the NBA now. First game of the Eastern Conference Finals tonight, also at 8 o'clock. Knicks will host the Pacers. And last night it was the Thunder taking Game 1 over the T-Wolves, 114-88. Speaking of the Thunder, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has been named the MVP of the NBA for the 2024-2025 campaign. That was announced earlier today. Little news out of the NFL. Cam Ward has been signed to the Tennessee Titans on a 4-year deal worth $48.1 million. All that will be guaranteed to the number 1 overall pick. Also at the league meetings today, it was voted on whether or not to ban the tush push. They would have needed 24 votes in favor of the ban in order to get it. They only got 22, so Jalen Hurts will continue to get every 4th and 1 from here until the end of time. That will do it for your 94.3 The Game Sports Flash Update and Pirate Report. Can take a time out here on the Patrick Johnson Show. And on the other side, we will talk about the Down East Bird Dogs with their play-by-play guy, Spencer Pattison.
Hey, it's Jim Wells again with Wells Roofing and Gutters here in the beautiful community of Lindale, Bedford. At Wells Roofing and Gutters, we believe in quality first, and that's why we use CertainTeed shingles, which are manufactured in Oxford, North Carolina, a local company. In the event you ever do have a claim or a problem with your roof system, they're local and they come and take care of us in a timely manner. We could leave off some accessories and we could certainly save money, but we believe at Wells Roofing and Gutters in installing the correct way per manufacturer requirements, and we warranty your roof both in-house and also with our supplier, who is CertainTeed. For a job Wells done, no shortcuts taken, and a good quality job on your home, give us a call today, 252-227-8403. We also offer financing, 12 months, no interest, no payments.
This is about you, your family, and the health of all who live in Eastern North Carolina. This is about the transformation of a health system into something more powerful and more human. About creating new ways to treat disease and keep you well. This is about ECU Health, which is to say, it's really all about you. ECU Health. Minds, hearts, purpose.
You have a choice when you invest in insurance, and when you choose First State Insurance Advisors, you're working with people you can trust. Clark Stallings has deep ties in the community. His team, including Keaton Smith, Regina Asby, Phil Leyva, Max Joyner Jr., Max Joyner III, and Ginger Smith, provides knowledgeable and professional advice. First State Insurance Advisors is an independent insurance agency. They offer all types of personal insurance as well as various types for business. Call or email First State Insurance Advisors today. We want to be your trusted choice agency.
Other restaurants claim their food is fresh and fast, but are they friendly? At Moore's, you're treated like family the minute you walk into their doors. With locations in Winterville, New Bern, Swansboro, Morehead City, and Jacksonville. We've been practicing what we preach since 1945. At Moore's, our barbecue is slow cooked and smoked over real wood daily until it's so tender it's falling off the bone. Combined with our fresh chicken, cook-to-order seafood, and homemade fixins, we're sure you'll agree. If it's not Moore's, it's less.
Oh, hey, welcome back.
Oh, look who's back reporting for duty.
You got here just in time.
Holy nuts, man.
This is the Patrick Johnson Show on 94.3 The Game.
The Down East Bird Dogs got their first home win of the season earlier today. It was the Education Day at Granger Stadium, so all the kids were screaming. It sounded like the beginning of Cheap Trick at the Budokan, as I often like to say. That's an old joke. And we bring in Spencer Pattison now. He is the announcer for the Bird Dogs this season. Does a fantastic job for them, and he's making his way through Eastern Carolina right now. So we appreciate him being on the Patrick Johnson Show here. Hey, congrats on the team getting their first home win today, 7-0 over Mississippi. How did it go down, Spencer?
How about a nice shutout? We got to love it. A big-time shutout, and fun fact for you, they took down the tallest player in professional baseball history, James Bure, 7'2" pitcher for Mississippi today at 11 a.m., which how often do you see a 7-footer at 11 a.m.? I don't see him very often, but yeah, no, big win and a big shutout victory at home.
Another Spencer factored prominently in this game today, not you calling it, but Spencer Johnston picking up the win.
Oh, he's been huge. I mean, he's got a 1.13 ERA for those baseball fans at home, and 2 wins. He had the first win ever on the road, and then the first win at home as well, which is big. But, 6 strikeouts, 5 innings, had a no-hitter through the 4th. I mean, he was really rocking today.
So our buddy Danny Beal is a member of the team. He's been a starter, at least began the season as a starter. Give us a little bit of an idea and an update on Danny's season, Spencer, to this point.
Yeah, I mean, Danny Beal is the man. He is the main man. You know it. I mean, you guys have dealt with it in Greenville for a long time, and now I'm just experiencing it. But he's scheduled to pitch tomorrow, and he has had, an interesting start to this season, and, it's his first professional year, and just excited to see him get out there and throw again and get some more innings under his belt, because I think that's the most important thing he needs right now.
We're talking Bird Dogs baseball with Spencer Pattison, who is their play-by-play voice. Hey, Spencer, when you talk about Danny, he was sort of a Swiss Army knife in Greenville. He did a little bit of everything for the Pirates in his time, but he did start. In fact, I remember talking to him a week before the season started up in the TV booth before one of the ECU games, and he was telling Mike Mullis and myself that it was the first time he has started since high school. So that's been the adjustment for him there. Has he talked to you any, or what have you noted maybe in talking with the coaching staff about, just the adjustment and how he is adjusting to that role?
Yeah, I mean, he's talked about it with me, and that was his main focus this offseason, was to transition from a reliever to a starter. I mean, he pitched 113 games in college, and 111 of those were out of the pen. 2 of those were starts. So he came out, he's got 2 starts under his belt, and it's the routine is all it is. He's got to make sure he's in a routine, and luckily he's got a lot of great people around him, like Carter Spivey, for example. He played in the Frontier League, and he was a starter. So I know that Danny Beal talked to him a lot just about how to make that transition and what can he do in the Frontier League to succeed.
That's pretty cool. Good insight there. Spencer Pattison with us here on the Patrick Johnson Show. It'll be the Mississippi Mud Monsters and the Down East Bird Dogs tomorrow night for a Thirsty Thursday. Is that the first one of the year? I know we were out there for the home opener, which was a Friday.
We had one last week,
okay.
Thirsty Thursday against New Jersey.
Okay. I was out of state working down in Tampa. So I might make my way out for a little Thirsty Thursday tomorrow night. I'm kind of excited about minor league baseball back in Granger Stadium, which of course I grew up on. So let's talk a little bit about the Frontier League. We had a great time visiting with your owners and colleagues for the opening night, where there was a fantastic 3,000 plus crowd of standing room only. A great crowd that Saturday night. Unfortunately, the Mother's Day game was washed out because of the weather, but the crowds, at least I know the first weekend, have been very solid. How have they been since then?
Well, they've been great. I think the school days are really fun, especially today, because the
Right.
kids just go nuts after every single pitch. But no, the fans are great. We've had more than 1,000 people at every single game, even a Tuesday morning or a Wednesday morning, excuse me, today, and yesterday more than 1,000, and on a Tuesday night, which is not something that's super easy to do for a brand new team. But no, I mean the fans have been great. They've showed out really well, and they're loud. They get excited and they get into the games, which is just so fun.
No, there's a real deep and vast baseball knowledgeable fan base in Kinston, and I was so glad when they announced the Bird Dogs and we were there for the opening night doing the show, just to see the volume of people. And one of the things, almost to a person, that they said is, this feels like it's our team again. And I think a lot of that is because of the local ownership, or the ownership with local ties at the very least. And to me, it had a good feeling of the days of yore, and not in a corny nostalgia way, but in a way that was modern but familiar. So I think that's been a good thing. How are you finding calling games in historic Granger Stadium?
It's so special, honestly. Like, I will never take this for granted. Being able to be at a ballpark with so much history is so special to me. I mean, the ballpark's been around since 1949. There's so many stories wrapped around this ballpark, and to be a part of that and to be able to tell those stories is just something that, again, I will never take for granted. And again, like, the stories just continue to unfold. I mean, we've had the tallest pitcher in minor league or in professional baseball history. Like, these are just things that only baseball could bring, and I think that's something really cool. But also to see returners. There's two Wood Ducks players, former Wood Ducks players, on Mississippi. To be able to tell their stories and talk about them. Taekwon Forbes and Tyree Thompson. Forbes played in 2017. Thompson played in 2021 with the Wood Ducks. So seeing these guys come back to Granger Stadium for the first time in a long time and get back with Kinston, I saw them engaging with some fans in the parking lot before the game and saying hey to old friends, which is something that's so cool. But yeah, I mean, the local ownership is definitely a huge part of this, and it just feels like everyone really cares. From the ownership down to the fans, everyone cares so much about every single aspect of the game, whether it's promotions or concessions or anything, parking, whatever. People care, and people want the fans, like, everybody just wants this to succeed, and I think that's very apparent to me.
That's very exciting. Spencer Pattison is with us, Down East Bird Dogs play-by-play man. I knew I was going to do it. I almost have it out of my system. The Bird Dogs will be back at home tomorrow night and through the weekend. Kind of lay out what we have the next few days, Spencer, before you all head back out on the road. What do the next 4 days look like after the 7-0 victory today over Mississippi?
Well, it's going to be definitely a battle after these first two games. You can tell these teams really like to fight. 4 more games in the series, and the Bird Dogs actually just jumped up to second in their division. Of course, the winner of their division gets to the playoffs at the end of the season, so it'll be a tight race throughout, it looks like, between New York, New Jersey, and Sussex County. But that's too much standings talk and too much baseball talk. Here's the good stuff. Thursday night, of course, like you mentioned, Thirsty Thursday, $2 select beers. Friday is Mission Impossible night, and that's IMPAW, impossible, because we're dogs. And there's a black sunglasses giveaway for the first 500 fans. That's Friday. And then Saturday, of course, start of Memorial Day weekend, there's a basketball jersey giveaway. And they're pretty sick, I'll be honest. They are good-looking basketball jerseys. So that'll be a giveaway before the game. And then Sunday is, of course, Sunday Fun Day where kids run the bases and a mini American flag giveaway. Got to show your support to the veterans for Memorial Day. But, yeah, no, I think this will be huge for the first two expansion teams this season in the Frontier League. It's already been a bit of a rivalry, and to see them go at each other, I mean, Mississippi took a 12, 13-hour drive up here, so might as well come out and support them and see a 7'2" guy in their dugout.
At the very least, you see that. So the Bird Dogs win today, 7-0, and they will take on the Mississippi Mud Monsters tomorrow at 7, Friday at 7, Saturday at 7, and then 1:30 Sunday, Thursday tomorrow night. Mission Impossible night coming up. So there's a lot of excitement. Hey, Spencer, great to talk to you. We'll get updates throughout the course of the year, and keep up the great work.
Sounds good. I appreciate the time.
Thank you, Spencer. Great to have you on the show. Thanks for being with us here today. Bird Dogs win it. There it is again. Bird Dogs win it today, 7-0. All right, we'll come back and we'll talk your Carolina Hurricanes losing last night and a couple of other notes that are going on, and wrap up the show for today. Patrick Johnson Show.
Your roof is a vital part of protecting your home and family from dangerous storms and hurricanes. At Assist Roofing, we install and maintain metal roofing that provides precise protection. Add value to your home while lowering utility costs with a fortified roof to last a lifetime. With 0% financing, grants, and Energy Star Green Roofing tax credit available. Call us to schedule a free consultation so you can weather any storm with confidence.
Make every day electric on the Kawasaki Electro 20 electric balance bike. Maximize the fun with long run times, impressive top speed, and Kawasaki build quality. Easy adjustability and smooth handling make everyday riding more enjoyable. And the standard MTB type tires provide off-pavement capability. The Kawasaki Electro 20 is the electric balance bike that's built to rip. Go to Ron Ayers Motorsports, Memorial Drive north of the airport, Greenville.
Your confidence makes everything look good. You see the world in vivid color, not black and white. Swing through your neighborhood Fantastic Sam's Cut in Color and let our experienced stylists take you from everyday to extraordinary.
Fantastic Sam's hair salons are locally owned and operated. Our full-service salons are conveniently located in Goldsboro, Kinston, Greenville, Newbern, Jacksonville, and Calabash. Stop in today at Fantastic Sam's, where the possibilities are endless.
Acre Station Meat Farm, along with Lane Angus Beef, bring you Farm to Fork Beef.
Stock your freezers now with affordable beef boxes, just in time for the grilling season.
Farm to Fork Beef brings quality local beef to your family. From your traditional butcher shop, Acre Station Meat Farm. Come on down to Acre Station Meat Farm and find out why we're #1 in fresh cuts and friendly service.
Acre Station Meat Farm, Highway 32 North, Pinetown.
If you are interested in living longer and living stronger, Eastern Physical and Lifestyle Medicine is accepting new patients for a limited time. Finding a caring physician can be a challenge. Dr. Billy Smith is board certified in physical medicine and lifestyle medicine and has been practicing in the area for many years. Call for an appointment now to Eastern Physical and Lifestyle Medicine, 252-364-1108 in Greenville. That number again is 252-364-1108.
Looking for a great deal on a new Nissan?
At Greenville Nissan, we've got a great selection of new Nissans for under $30,000.
The stylish Nissan Sentra, offering top-notch fuel economy. The Nissan Altima, known for its comfort and technology.
The Nissan Kicks, the perfect combination with its compact design and performance. The Nissan Versa, delivering incredible value without compromising on features. And don't forget the Nissan Rogue, an award winner for 10 years in a row. Drive it home just for $22 down and $349 a month.
Visit GreenvilleNissan.com today.
Greenville Nissan, where we drive to serve.
The stunning conclusion. Why is everyone screaming? On 94.3 The Game.
All right, stunning conclusion. There you go, Pilk. How about that? Stunning conclusion to the PJ Show.
I like that. I like the little bet under it, too.
Yeah, not bad. Let's see here. Your Carolina Hurricanes, as I predicted, Pilk, lost last night.
My team finished last in the East. I don't know what you're talking about.
Your Carolina Hurricanes. Rod Brindamore talking about the bad penalties in the game.
Bad penalties we took, really, that we don't need to take, that they ended up scoring on. So we got to eliminate that, and then, take a couple off the board there maybe, and then the game's maybe a little different.
Since Brindamore got to Raleigh as the head coach, the power play has been the Canes' strength, right? They may have been the best in the league during the time he was there.
Lately, it's gotten better. When he first got there, it was terrible.
Okay, but in recent years,
it's gotten better. But this year,
they've been one of the.
Yeah, this year it's been really up and down.
Well, that was the difference in the game, according to Brindamore.
They got the 2 power play goals. I think that's really the difference in the game. I think, you got to kill those. You got to give them credit. I mean, they get a chance. It's in the net.
All right, is this the coach of the Panthers?
It says a Florida cut, and I'm not really sure whose voice it is. It doesn't quite sound like Maurice, but I'm not sure.
It's probably not Paul Maurice, and it's probably one of the players. Anyway, He says the Canes are a solid team top to bottom.
Yeah, we have such a great team, and it's all 4 lines, all 60, 2 goalies. I mean, we're such a deep team, and every kind of line has an identity, and we try and play to it every night.
Well, he said his team was solid.
Yeah.
Not the Canes.
No, I think that's what I
Canes
told
were
you. I don't know.
I'm not sure.
These cuts are weirdly. Where'd you get these things, man? They're good sound bites, but they're like. I got
the lead in, the right ends are not.
520C, 520A, and they do not match what it says over here at all.
It's that news website.
That's what you get, man.
We
News
have.
websites are always whack.
No, they're the best about getting cuts.
Ah.
For like obscure, it's like a wire service type of thing.
Gotcha.
What are you complaining about? Did you have to go and cut up post-game comments? All right then. But as I predicted, your Carolina Hurricanes dropped the decision. Am I firmly off, or am I just kind of off?
You sound firmly off the way you're acting.
Oh, I'm firmly off. I think this thing is over. They might win Thursday, but they're not winning 2 in Florida. Or 1 in Florida, excuse me. So.
You don't think they can come back to Raleigh 2-2 next Wednesday?
Nah, bro. It goes 6 maybe, and it really wasn't even that close last night.
Yeah, they looked flat. Did you watch any of it, or did you dual screen, or did you just have baseball on?
I just had baseball on. By the time they were down 2-0, I thought I'm not going to waste my time with this.
Yeah, they were flat early. They're kind of lazy on entry. I don't know. It was weird, man. It almost looked like they had swept the previous series and had not played in a while, which I guess they did win in 5 and had not played in a while. So they just kind of looked flat. I mean, it wasn't bad. It was just flat, which I guess.
So now, there's the Belichick. They're engaged now, according to Air Jordan, and so now page 6. Are you familiar with this? The gossip page, the gossip column, the gossip website.
This is like TMZ, but for websites instead of TV. Is that what it is?
It's for New York newspapers. So apparently, the Nantucket set does not like Air Jordan, and she's being iced out by those that are loyal to Bill Belichick's ex-girlfriend, Linda Holliday. In fact, there's a story that Linda Holliday kicked her out of a socialite party. This is fantastic. I'm so here for this. I did see where the Heels sold out their season tickets. They better enjoy it this year. Wouldn't you agree, Mr. Pilkington? Better enjoy it this year.
They're going to enjoy 8 and 4? Is that what you're saying?
Maybe they will. I saw where they were, was it 7.5 or 6.5 wins the early odds makers had them at for the season?
I hadn't seen it. I know the week
Duke
one
was at
lines
6.5, and I think
night.
I think State was at 6.5. And I know the line came out and ECU was a 2-touchdown underdog, which seems a little absurd. Doesn't that seem odd to you?
Yeah, I think that's one of those where they were worried if they made it any lower. And I still think it should have been 11 or 12. But if they had it where I think it should be at like 8 or 9, they were worried that the people who don't know anything about these two teams just see, hey, Power 5 team at home against a Group of 5 team, favored by only a touchdown. Let's hammer them. And then if NC State does blow us out, Vegas loses a bunch of money. Vegas don't like to lose.
Right. Vegas doesn't like to move. They're not building those hotels because they lose a lot. All right, no show tomorrow. Pirate Baseball will be on. We'll be here Friday if the Pirates win. So let's root for that for obvious reasons. And the fact that we would work on Friday. Back in the morning on Talk of the Town, and back with you perhaps Friday or perhaps next week, depending on the results of the AAC tournament on the Patrick Johnson Show. Thanks to our guests. Thanks to Pilk. Have a great rest of your evening.